Lesson 1. Gratitude practice. Life can be chaotic. We wake up each morning to the sounds of alarms, long to-do lists, and the stress of the day ahead. But imagine starting your day with a completely different mindset. Imagine beginning each morning by focusing on what you're grateful for, rather than what you're missing. This is the power of gratitude. Hi, and welcome to today's video. We'll be exploring a simple but powerful practice that can change your life in incredible ways. The practice of gratitude. It might seem small, but over time, it can bring greater peace, happiness, and even health into your life. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you for the good things in your life. It's about shifting your mindset to focus on what you have rather than what's lacking. In our busy, fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in stress, frustrations, and negative thoughts. But when you stop, even for just a few moments, and reflect on what you're grateful for, something amazing happens. You start to realize that you already have so much. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. It helps us live in the present moment and appreciate the small things, like a warm bed, a friend's support, or even just the gift of being alive. The benefits of practicing gratitude are backed by science. Studies show that people who practice gratitude regularly tend to be happier, more optimistic, and less anxious. It's been shown to improve mental health, reduce stress, and even strengthen relationships. And it's not just about feeling better emotionally. Gratitude has physical benefits too. People who regularly practice gratitude often sleep better, have stronger immune systems, and are more resilient when facing life's challenges. So, why does gratitude work? When you focus on what you're thankful for, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which are associated with feelings of pleasure and happiness. It literally rewires your brain to focus more on positive experiences, helping you to feel better day by day. The best part about gratitude is that it's easy to practice, and you don't need any special tools or lots of time. It can be as simple as starting your day by thinking of 3 things you're grateful for. This small moment of reflection can set a positive tone for the entire day. Now, you might be thinking, but what about when things go wrong? How can I be grateful in difficult times? It's a fair question. Practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring your problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging the challenges while still appreciating the good. Even in hard times, you can find something small to be grateful for. Maybe it's the strength to keep going, the support of a friend, or simply a lesson learned from the struggle. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, practiced gratitude even in the face of immense hardships. He dealt with wars, plagues, and personal losses, yet he still made time to reflect on the things that brought him peace and strength. This is what gratitude is about. Not just being thankful when life is easy, but finding moments of light when life is difficult. Like any skill, gratitude takes practice. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Over time, gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already here. It trains your mind to see opportunities, joy, and beauty, even in the most unexpected places. Start small. Maybe with just a minute or 2 each day. Write it down. Say it out loud, or simply reflect quietly. However you choose to practice, stick with it, and watch how it transforms your mindset. Lesson 2. Journaling for clarity. Journaling is simply the act of writing down your thoughts, feelings, experiences, and ideas. It's like having a private conversation with yourself. But it's not just about putting words on paper. It's about creating a space where you can reflect, process emotions and gain insight into your life. Think of it as a mirror for your mind. It shows you what's going on inside, and sometimes that's exactly what you need to get clarity on the things that matter most. So, why does journaling help us gain clarity? When your mind is racing with thoughts and worries, it can be hard to focus on anything. But when you write those thoughts down, something magical happens. The act of writing forces you to slow down and process your thoughts, one by one. It gives structure to your chaotic mind. You start to see patterns, uncover hidden emotions, and realize things that were buried under layers of confusion. It's almost like cleaning out a cluttered room. Once everything is organized, you can finally see the big picture. Another reason journaling brings clarity is because it helps you detach from your thoughts. When everything stays in your head, it can feel overwhelming, but when you write it out, it's like you're taking those thoughts and putting them somewhere else, freeing up mental space for more productive thinking. It allows you to become an observer of your own mind, and from that distance, you can think more clearly and objectively. Lesson 3. Negative visualization. Negative visualization, also known as premeditation of evils, is a technique rooted in ancient Stoic philosophy. It involves deliberately imagining negative outcomes or challenging situations before they happen. This might sound a bit unsettling at first. Why would anyone want to think about things going wrong? But here's the twist. By mentally preparing yourself for adversity, you become more resilient, less fearful, and more grateful for the present moment. The Stoics believe that if you practice envisioning potential losses, failures, or hardships, you can lessen their emotional impact when, or if, they do happen. It's not about dwelling on negativity, but rather about training your mind to face reality with strength and acceptance. When you visualize these negative events, you're not wishing for them to happen, but preparing yourself to remain calm and grounded, no matter what life throws your way. So, why practice negative visualization? The purpose is twofold: to reduce the fear of loss and to enhance gratitude. First, by imagining what could go wrong, you're conditioning yourself to handle life's challenges without panic. Whether it's losing a job, facing a difficult conversation, or even the loss of a loved one, mentally rehearsing these scenarios helps you develop emotional resilience. Instead of being blindsided by unexpected events, you'll be better equipped to face them with grace. Secondly, negative visualization makes you appreciate what you have. When you think about the possibility of losing something or someone important, it reminds you not to take them for granted. You start to feel a deeper sense of gratitude for the present moment, and this leads to a more fulfilling life. It's the contrast between imagining the absence of something and having it in your life that makes it more valuable to you. It's easy to misunderstand negative visualization and think it's about being pessimistic or constantly expecting the worst. But that's not the goal at all. Negative visualization isn't about living in fear or negativity. It's about embracing reality and preparing yourself mentally for whatever may come. In fact, the practice of negative visualization can make you more optimistic in the long run. Why? Because you're no longer afraid of potential losses or failures. You understand that challenges are a part of life, and you're equipped to handle them. This allows you to live with more confidence, peace of mind, and gratitude. Lesson 4. Focus on the present task. In today's fast-paced world, we're constantly bombarded with distractions, emails, social media, endless notifications. Our attention is often scattered, and multitasking has become the norm. But did you know that multitasking actually reduces productivity? When you try to juggle multiple tasks at once, your brain has to switch between them. which takes up more time and energy. Focusing on one task at a time, also known as single tasking, helps you complete it more efficiently and with better quality. It allows you to be fully engaged in what you're doing, whether that's working on a project, cooking a meal, or even having a conversation with someone. When you concentrate on the present task, you not only work faster, but also reduce the chances of making mistakes. At the core of focusing on the present task is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully aware of what's happening in the moment without judgment. When you're mindful, you're not thinking about what's next on your agenda or what happened earlier in the day. You're simply focused on the task in front of you. For example, if you're writing a report for work, mindfulness means concentrating solely on that task, without letting your mind wander to other responsibilities or distractions. By being present, you allow yourself to engage fully with what you're doing, and this leads to better results. It's not about rushing through your work, but about giving it your complete attention. Focusing on the present task requires a mindset shift. Instead of constantly thinking ahead or worrying about what's next, train yourself to value the task in front of you. Trust that by fully engaging with each moment, you'll naturally get more done and feel less overwhelmed. Remind yourself that now is the only time you have control over. The past is gone, and the future hasn't arrived yet. By focusing on what's in front of you, you're making the most of the present, and that's where true productivity and peace of mind come from. Lesson 5. Memento Mori. Memento Mori is a concept rooted in ancient Stoic philosophy and also embraced by other schools of thought throughout history. It's the simple reminder that one day we all will die. It might sound uncomfortable, but the Stoics believed that keeping this truth in mind wasn't about fear. It was about freedom. It was about freedom. When you fully understand that your time is limited, you stop wasting it. You begin to focus on what truly matters, and you approach each day as an opportunity, not something to take for granted. Instead of living in fear of death, Memento Mori invites you to let it guide your decisions and actions in life. By accepting the inevitability of death, you're inspired to live in the present moment with greater appreciation for every breath, every experience, and every relationship. The Stoics, ancient philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, used Memento Mori as a tool for cultivating wisdom and resilience. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, would reflect on his mortality regularly. In his meditations, he would remind himself that life is fleeting and that the only thing we truly own is our time and how we choose to use it. For the Stoics, death wasn't a tragedy. It was a natural part of life. By accepting this, they believed they could remove the fear of the unknown and instead focus on living with integrity, purpose, and virtue. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, famously said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Memento Mori, in this sense, is about living wisely and intentionally. This idea also appears in many other cultures and spiritual traditions. In medieval Christian art, skulls and hourglasses were often included in paintings and sculptures to remind people that their earthly life would end. The message: live righteously, because time is running out. In Buddhist teachings, meditating on death is a way to cultivate detachment and peace. All these traditions, from the Stoics to monks, share a common theme. Awareness of death helps us live better, not worse. Memento Mori isn't just a philosophy. It's a mindset. It's about embracing life fully, understanding that every breath is a gift. Instead of fearing death, we can use it as a reminder to live with purpose and clarity. Each day is an opportunity to make the most of our time, to love, to create, to grow. By incorporating memento mori into your life, you can transform the way you think, act, and feel. You'll stop taking time for granted and start living with deeper awareness. And in doing so, you'll discover the true power of being present, grateful, and purposeful.